start the live like 5-10 minutes early, just so people can get in here and start asking questions before we really get into the thick of things. If somehow you guys don't know already and you're watching the show, my name is James Torillo. I am the host of Broad Street Banter. I go live every day after a Flyers game. Noah, what's up? How we doing? So last night, obviously, as you can see on the score on the screen, the Flyers fall to the Mammoth 5-4 in overtime. This is a game the Flyers led 3-0. This is a game they led 4-2. This is a game they led 4-3 with less than a minute and a half to go, and the Flyers do not come away with 2 points. Inexcusable way to miss out on an extra point. Game should have never gone to overtime. Just not good. They best leave Hathaway in Utah. Yeah. I don't blame you. Noah, yeah, you can join. Request to join. We're gonna have our first call in of the day in about a minute. Thanks everybody for joining. If you're not following already, please do. I'd greatly appreciate it. That Hathaway goal last night, oh my gosh. Or not goal, I should say. The Hathaway not goal. Unbelievable. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, no, if you wanted to call in, just request to join, and I'll add you. At least the Rangers, yeah, at least they suck. That's a good point. Good point, Lucas. Unfortunately, we lost to them, which I still can't believe. But pretty ridiculous. Just waiting for a few more people to join. Preston, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. No, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I accidentally just invited somebody. Oops. I'll be... Okay, yeah, just join whenever you can, Noah. Of course. Yeah, I'm just waiting for a few people to join before we get started. So if you just joined, and you're like, "What the heck is going on?" Just wait a few minutes. We'll get started once everyone's in here. Last night was brutal, absolutely. Garnett Hathaway for captain. That's a take right there. Why didn't Hathaway shoot that? That's a great question. I don't think he knew the person was behind him, and he wanted to go in as close as he could just to make sure that he scored. But there was a guy right behind him, and he got a he got stick lifted, and oh boy. I think we might have a bot in the chat. Thanks for the follow, by the way. Not only an empty net miss, but could have iced it and didn't. Yeah, he's got to be feeling like garbage, honestly. And I would defend him, but he has 1 point this year in over 40 games played, so it's hard to defend him. Tough loss last night. I agree, Luke. That was rough. Hathaway needs to go away. Yeah. I think that girl's a real person, just talks AI. Oops. My bad. Noah, I'm gonna bring in a caller, guys. Noah, how we doing?
What's going on, JT?
How do we feel after last night?
That unbelievable. I mean, choking a 3-goal lead is just absolutely atrocious.
Yep.
We
It is.
played all year.
I agree.
And
I agree.
and it's like the second period they were firing on all cylinders. Utah.
Yeah. As soon as they made it
Not
3-2, I was worried. I was like, here we
yeah,
go.
two goals within like I don't know, a couple minutes apart. I think. And then like the third period was like subpar play.
Yeah. I mean, they played, like you said, they played a great first period. It's probably the best first period they played all year. And I was thinking to myself when they're up 2-0 and they're playing this well, I was like, if they keep playing this well, there's no way they're losing this game, you know?
Yeah,
So, but they found a way to lose.
it's like they left the foot off the gas. Like you guys just got keep so bad.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It felt like they were just content with the 2-0 lead and just trying to preserve it for the rest of the game. That's not how you win hockey games.
No, it is not. Not at all. Um, how do you feel about the Hathaway mess up at the end of the game?
Terrible. I don't know how close he needs to get to shoot the fucking empty net, bro.
Yep, I agree.
Like
It's ridiculous.
there was no reason for you to take that long.
No, not at all. Not at all. Like I said, I don't think he knew the guy was right behind him, but that shouldn't matter. You gotta be aware of your surroundings. It's
And then we just let him come down and just score.
Yep, the worst defense I've ever seen.
Yeah,
It's
it was terrible.
atrocious.
And then once it was like a 3-on-1 in overtime, I was like, oh, here we go.
Yep.
Wait now, Clayton Keller.
I mean, he went by Sanheim like it was nothing.
Yeah, he got by him so easily.
It was ridiculous. And
And
tomorrow we got Colorado. So
yeah, that's not like it gets any easier after that.
no, no, not at all.
Good, the hottest team in the NHL.
The best team in the NHL. Yeah,
Yeah,
doesn't help.
not at all. I think Hathaway's just like such a useless point of this team.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. And I hate to be mean, but he doesn't do anything.
He's so bad. Like that was terrible.
How do you have 1 point in over 40 games played? Even if you're not supposed to be like a top goal scorer or something like that, how do you have 1 point
One point
in
through
40 something games?
over half the season is just not okay.
It's absurd, dude. It's absurd.
Terrible. So bad.
What do you want them to do with Hathaway? I mean, do you try to trade him for like a seventh round pick or
I'll trade him for literally anything we can get.
yeah,
He's like, he's not worth a lot, but
no.
whatever we can get is better than having him on our team and making stupid plays like that last night.
Yep, I agree. And if you're not going to put up a lot of points, I feel like you gotta produce somehow defensively something.
Yeah, he can barely do that.
I think I have two people in the chat arguing over. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. There are people in the chat saying, "Who do you choose, Justin?" By the way, my name's not Justin. Your answer matters more than ever. I don't know what this is about. They fighting over a boy. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, we're here to talk about the Flyers, and that's way more important. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, give me before I let you go and I let somebody else join. Give me a little score prediction for the Colorado game.
I'm gonna say we got a little momentum the last two games.
Okay.
If we play like we did in the first period last night, through all 60 minutes of the game, I say if we lose, it's by just one. I think
Okay.
it could be like a 4-3 Colorado win.
Okay.
Hopefully pushing for a 4-3 Flyers win. That would be way better.
Yeah, that would be nice. I've been saying to some people that like my friends that I've been talking to about the Flyers, like it would be such a Flyers thing to do to lose to the last place Rangers and then beat the Avalanche.
Yeah.
So, so I could see us winning this game. I know that's such a crazy take. I know that sounds so ridiculous and biased, but I can see the Flyers beating the Avalanche tomorrow night. I don't know why.
I mean, I could see it. We got to just play a hard 60 minutes of hockey.
I agree. Well, Noah, I'm gonna let you go so someone else can join. But thank you so much for calling in, and feel free to stick around and watch the rest of the live stream. And thank you for your input as always.
Yep, of course. Go Flyers.
Go Flyers. Okay. Yo, the people in the chat arguing over me. I don't know if you're bots or what, but this has got to stop. Dog, what are we doing? We're here for hockey. All right, Curtis, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know what is going on. This is supposed to be a Flyers live stream. I got people in here going calling me dad. What is happening? I don't want any part of this. I tried to ignore it for as long as I could. Facts. Leave my boy Curtis alone. That's facts. Hathaway's dad. Oh my gosh. That's a great question. I don't know what's happening here. Noah, thank you so much for joining. Have fun at the gym, and we'll see you next time. Go Flyers. Thank you so much, bro. What is happening in the chat right now? Okay. Anyways, we're gonna talk about Flyers hockey because this is a Flyers show, not a dating show. So that's what we're here to talk about. Last night I watched Sam Ersson confirm he will never be a starter. I'm gonna say something about Sam Ersson. I've been hating on him all year long, but I feel like he wasn't that bad last night. Were there times that he could have bailed us out where he didn't? Yeah, but they really weren't all his fault. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. What team in the Metro do you think falls off and misses the playoffs? I'm going to say Pittsburgh. Played one good period of hockey. Yeah. Maybe the Islanders are good, though. Ayers had a decent performance last night. Not much you can do when defense don't get back. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I thought he played decent. Did he play the best game he could have? Probably not. But he didn't play that bad of a game. So, I don't know. I'm confused. I'm still so confused on what's going on in this chat, but we should get Kuznetsov. I don't think that's going to happen. Nolan Patrick would have made that empty netter. Yeah, he probably would have. I think any of us in this chat would have. Sounds like you were bitter that the Pens always own Philly. Never said that, but okay. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right. The people in the chat are saying I have to pick one, so I'm going to pick one. Ready? Ready? I'm going to pick one. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Drum roll. Oh. Nobody! Because we're here to talk about Flyers hockey. Oh my gosh. We're not here to see, choose me, choose me. I don't care. We're here to talk Flyers hockey. If you're not here to talk Flyers hockey and you're not serious about it, please leave. Thank you. Congrats, nobody. Yes. I want Curtis anyways. Oh my gosh. Would you be happy if the Flyers get the 14th pick? No, I would not be because I want to make the playoffs. I'm done. I'm done talking about Should we blow it up? Should we tank? Should we start losing? I'm so done with that. I want to win games and make the playoffs and be respectful again. Be a respected franchise. Because a lot of people clown us because we haven't made the playoffs in a certain amount of years. And it's very, very frustrating to me. Okay? So, no, I would not be happy. I would not be happy. Okay, this person's getting banned. Let me show you about sticks and pucks. Yep, you're banned. You're banned. You're banned, buddy. You're banned. We are banning people here. I haven't liked Sandy in a long time. He's not that great. I mean, he's our best defenseman, but that was terrible defense last night on that last goal in regulation. Oh my gosh. What did the last caller talk about? I missed it. He was basically just saying how frustrated he was with the game last night. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, Noah was 100% correct with everything he was saying. You know, the Hathaway missed chance. I mean, I'm just so frustrated, man. I'm so frustrated. As soon as they made it 3-2, I was like, I feel like this is not going to end well. This is not going to end well. That's what I felt like. Oh boy. One of the bots wants to join. I'm not letting that happen. Max, I'm gonna let you join for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna let FlyerFan46 join for a few minutes. So Max, when you're ready, just let me know and I'll add you. If you give their best players an opportunity to tie it up, good chance they will. Yeah, pretty much. All right, Max, you're in. Max, how we doing?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right, I got a few things to say.
Okay.
Like, so I went in last night to this game. I already kind of knew that we weren't going to win it because it's Utah. They're playing really freaking good this season.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't really expecting them to be like, oh, top tier. But then they went in, scored, 2 goals right off the bat, and I was like, oh, that's fucking amazing. Let's keep this going.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm not allowed to swear.
Ah, you're fine. You're fine.
So we scored 2 goals off the bat. I was pumped about that. I was like, sick. We're actually playing well. We scored a third goal. Amazing. Doing wonderful. First goal comes up. I'm like, okay, here's the Ayrson that I know. Like, that first goal was very unlucky as well. Like, he was tucked in.
Yeah.
Defense wasn't really doing their job as per usual. On the season, they haven't been doing their job. Like, any game that they win, you look at it. You look at their block shots, and they're over 30 block shots throughout the game. You look when they lose, they're sub-20 block shots. Every game that they lose is sub-20. Every game that they win is above 30 on the block shots.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. Like, that's what our defense is there for, to block shots, to get the puck out of the zone.
Yeah.
And, I mean, most of the season, we haven't been getting the puck out of the zone. I remember the last game that I went to that was a home game. First period, we were stuck in our defensive zone for 3 or 4 different shifts, like a whole 5 minutes in a row. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know what our coaches are doing on, their practice squads and everything. They obviously showed that they practiced pretty well with the PK the other day when, Konecny scored his 2 goals on the breakaways.
Mm-hmm.
And they were playing pretty decent aggressive puck for the first 2 periods last night, but then they just, got into that slump of, oh, we're in the lead, like, we can kind of cool on the brakes a little bit. Like, no, you can't cool on the brakes with a team like Utah. Even though they're a new team, they've shown in the first 40 games that they're a good team.
Right.
You can't go easy on them. Now, for Ayrson, and I've been saying this all season, and he shows it time and time again, every single time he gets into that net, the 2 main issues I have with Ayrson is his breakaway performance, like 2-on-0s and 2-on-1 breakaway performances.
Mm-hmm.
And then not only that, but like screenshots as well.
He never bails us out.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I mean? Yeah.
And like that's stuff that can be fixed though in practice. So I don't know if our goalie coach is like not practicing screenshots, not practicing these breakaway shots with him or not. But like that's what I see at least is like Ersson would be a top tier goalie if they practice that more. Because he's good on everything else. Like you saw it. He went 22 for 27 last night, but 4 of those 5 shots were on screenshots.
Yeah.
So it's like, and it's shown in. I don't know if they show the replays to them or not, like their goalies, but it's shown time and time again. Oh, you got scored on twice out of your 3 times on screenshots, Harrison. Let's practice doing screenshots.
Yeah.
But they don't do that. And then I've been saying it to my girlfriend because we love Hathaway in our family. Like,
Okay.
my girlfriend's brother, like, that's his favorite player is Garnet Hathaway. And I get it. Like, he's okay at best. But this season has been terrible for him.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, what was going on in his mind with that breakaway. I saw someone explain it earlier today that they were like, oh, well, he had a player to pass to. Like, maybe he was thinking of doing that and just throwing off the defense. But Hathaway, you have 1 point over 40 games. What you got to do is save yourself the humility and shoot the freaking puck from the blue line and just get it into the net. Because not only I know we have a minute and a half left on the clock, but 2 points is way better at a minute and a half than 1 point.
Oh, yeah.
And then getting the puck stripped from you and getting scored on 30 seconds later is way worse than being up by 2 points.
For
Like,
sure.
I don't know what was going on in his head. Like, I feel bad for him. Don't get me wrong, because I know it's a stressful, like, high-pressure, high-intensity situation. And, like, you can't really do anything when the opponent team is coming up on your back and lifting your stick out of nowhere. Like, you just don't see it coming. Maybe some communication from your teammates, like, yelling, like, hey,
Yeah.
let's get some movement going. You know, it's a whole squad issue. Like, we can't really blame it on Hathaway. We can't put it right on Ersson. Like, as a performance, as a whole, as a team, they just need to play smarter. They need to play more aggressive throughout the whole game, not just the first 2 periods or, like, first 5 minutes of every period. Like, they need to play aggressive. I'm really nervous for this Avs game that they're coming up in.
Yeah.
Because I was watching, I didn't get to watch the game live last night because of blackouts.
Okay.
And shit like that. So,
Right.
like, I don't get to watch the games, but I was watching the Avs game, and they play so freaking fast.
Oh, yeah.
All the, like, 100% of the time. It's not like, even when they're doing their line switches, it's 2 seconds. Boom. Out and in. Just going crazy. And the Flyers are going to be overwhelmed when they play them on Friday. Like, they're going to be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So the only way to counter that is to play freaking more aggressive. You gotta play fast.
Yeah. I think the only way we win on Friday is if we get bailed out by goaltending, because they're going to put up more shots than us. They're going to play a better game than us because they're a much better team. They're going to play faster than us. They're going to have more scoring chances. We need to get bailed out by a few nice saves. And when we have the puck in the offensive zone, you got to find a way to find the back of the net at least 2 or 3 times. That's it. And hopefully Ersson or Kolosov or whoever's playing can bail us out, and we can somehow find a way to win that game. I don't expect them to win. I don't.
Yeah, I
but
don't expect them to win either, but
like I was saying before with the last guest, it would be a Flyers thing to do to lose to the last place Rangers and then beat the Avalanche somehow.
exactly. Just like we beat the Panthers already, like
Exactly.
twice this season. So
Yep. Exactly.
You know, we can do it. We're obviously capable of beating a high stakes team like that. It's just we need to put the effort in, and I'm really hoping that we see that effort on Friday. But what it's looking like is we're just like shooting ourselves in the foot, almost.
Yes.
It's crazy. So
I agree.
I mean, I saw someone commenting earlier that we're in a rebuild, and I get that and all, but you can also be freaking pissed at your team if they play like shit one game.
Right.
Like, you're allowed to be pissed. Especially me, where I'm paying for season tickets. Like, that shit ain't cheap.
No, I bet it's not.
Like, I get pissed off when I see us play, like, trash, and then they don't fix anything in practice, and then we play like trash again.
Yeah.
it's nuts. But
I
I'll
agree.
let someone else join. I think that's all I really had to say. So
All right. Well,
all right,
Max, thank you so much for your input. You
yeah,
clearly know what you're talking about. So I really appreciate you watching and joining. And thank you
oh
for your
yeah,
support as always. And go Flyers.
yes sir. Go Flyers. Stay safe, bro.
You too.
Nothing.
All right. Yeah, Max. Max with some solid takes in there. Thank you, Max. I I agree for the most. I agree with almost everything Max said. The only thing I think that like I question is he was saying if Erison fixed that and he fixed this and he fixed that he'd be an elite goalie. But I just feel like that's a lot to fix. I don't think Erison has the potential to be an elite goalie. But that's the only thing I disagreed with Max's whole little speech there. So thank you, Max, for joining. That was great. If anyone else wants to join now, I'll add you in a second. I know FlyerFan46 wanted to join. He's one of the editors here for JTSN. So yeah. But I saw someone commented, I forget what it was. The game took a turn when they didn't call Tippett hit a targeting to the head. That should have been a 5-minute major. I don't know how that wasn't a penalty at all. Who knows? Maybe we don't score on it anyways with our power play, but it would have been nice to have. And they were going at us all game. They were just bullying us all game. And finally, Juleson stepped up and dropped the gloves, and he got smoked. He got smoked. I mean, I don't see how that did anything. That I don't see how that contributed at all. He got smoked. He got popped. He didn't get one punch in. We need a more physical part of the team. I agree. We have guys that are physical, but we need someone that's physical and is also good and not a fringe fourth liner like Hathaway, Delorier, Grabankin. No offense to those guys, but we need someone that's going to be physical that can also play. Like how Hartnell was, how Simmons was. They were some of our best players, but they were also very physical. They could lay the body, they would drop the gloves, but they were some of our best players. We don't have guys like that anymore. People used to, even when I was younger, from 1967 all the way till when I was a kid, it was like, oh, great, we got to go into Philly tonight and play the Flyers. We're going to get beat up. Half of us are going to be on injured reserve after the game. And now it's, oh, we get to play the Flyers. We're just going to bully them all night. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Drives me crazy. All right, let's see who we're going to add here. We're going to add Curtis first. And then we'll get to some of the other guys. Curtis, how we doing?
Good. The only thing I wanted to talk about are two things.
Mm-hmm.
It was the defense and the goaltending.
Okay.
And the Hathaway,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
The mishap, yeah.
I don't know. I thought I saw him, look back before.
Yeah.
And then he gets it stolen. It just caught me by surprise that I stayed up till 11:30 to see my team collapse.
Yeah, it was rough, man. It was definitely rough. What about the defense and goaltending, stood out to you the most? Like, what do you want to talk about in terms of that?
Sanheim is like a singular part of a fence in the middle of a field. He's just doing nothing. It was so bad.
That play was bad last night that tied the game. That play was bad. That was rough. That was some of the worst defense I've ever seen. He just let him walk right by him. That was bad.
Clayton Keller, one of the top offensive guys in the league, just exposes him.
Yep.
It makes me wonder, how is he on Team Canada for the Olympics?
Yeah. Yeah, you got a point, Curtis. You got a point. The chat agrees with you, so that you got a point.
I know. And then Erison couldn't save a beach ball if I threw it up in the air.
I'm laughing, but you're not wrong, which is the sad part. That you're not wrong at all.
If it's not 2 miles an hour,
yeah,
slowly coming to him, he's not going to save it. That's the reason.
Yeah.
And against Colorado with McKinnon, Nijis, and McCarr,
Yeah.
and so many others. I wouldn't be surprised if their goalie just shot it down the ice and it went in.
I wouldn't be surprised either. This game could get ugly, or they could win this game like out of nowhere after losing to the last place Rangers, like I was saying before. But I don't expect them to win this game.
We can be a good team that could win every night. Come out, be physical, hitting guys, but no. We have no physical friend. Like, no one's there. And Delorier is the fourth line. It just sucks.
Yeah.
It's just horrible.
I agree.
And then I don't like how our captain has gone almost 20 games without a goal.
I agree, Curtis. I mean, it's starting to get it's not starting to get ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It's been ridiculous. You're the captain of the team,
and it's been ridiculous since he hasn't scored 10 games.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
And then one
Go
more
ahead.
thing.
Yeah.
Mitchkov.
Mhm.
It's bad.
Yeah, it is. He last night in the first period, he looked like a completely different player. He was picking his head up and making good passes, controlling the puck well, and then all of a sudden after the first period, it was gone.
I don't know if the message that Tocchet is like saying in the locker room not getting through to him.
Yeah.
It's just
I don't know.
So bad.
Yeah, I agree, Curtis. I mean, you make a lot of great points, dude. You definitely know what you're talking about, and I'm with you. I'm very frustrated. Hopefully they can turn things around and get going from there, because Coots 20-something games without a goal was ridiculous. Michkov has 1 goal since November 28th or 9th, whatever it is. And it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating. So thankfully, you seem like you're young. You haven't watched the Flyers for too long, but it's pretty impressive. You know what you're talking about. So that's pretty awesome, dude. And I really appreciate you calling in. That's awesome.
All right, thanks for having me.
Of course, Curtis. Go Flyers.
Go Flyers.
Wow, that was awesome. Oh man, I love when like younger kids join this and then they know what they're talking about. Like that's happened before. We had a younger kid join and he knew what he was talking about. So Curtis, give it up for Curtis, everybody. Let's go. Curtis knows puck for sure. I mean, let's go. That's great. He sounds like me when I was a kid. Like everyone else my age was just like, okay, like whatever, sports, whatever. And I was like, ripping into Couturier and Voracek and Nicholas Grossman or whoever. It's like it's like Curtis was doing the same thing. So shout out Curtis. That was great. Is Flyer Fan 46 still here? I don't know. It's a good question. Joe, how we doing? Thanks for joining. Crazy we're ripping into Coots and we're still ripping into him. Yep. It's 10 years later, maybe more than that. Flyer Fan 46, you wanted to join next, so I'm going to add you if you're cool with that. Yo, what's up? How we doing? How we feeling after last night?
I'm feeling horrible.
It's a good way to describe it, dude. It's a good way to describe it. What in that game?
Looking like Ilya Bryzgalov.
Yeah.
Hathaway doesn't like to shoot at the net.
Yeah.
And like Curtis said, Coots hasn't scored in over 20 games.
Yeah. I mean, it's frustrating, man. I mean, if I can ask you, I feel like a lot of people have been saying the same stuff, like, oh, Hathaway and Couturier, Michkov. Obviously, Michkov's not going anywhere, but the other guys could definitely be going somewhere else at the deadline. Is there a specific player you want or a specific player you want moved from our team by the deadline?
I say, what's his name needs to be moved. Hathaway definitely needs to be sent down. I know he's a role player.
Yeah.
Like, he brings out good morale, but he's not really bringing out good stats.
No, not at all.
So, I mean, for, like, the first 20, 30 games in the season, he's averaging the same amount of points as Wayne Gretzky now. 0.
That's insane.
And then, even though we're missing Forrester, we're collapsing without Forrester.
Yeah, we are. Forrest is one of the best players on this team, and I was saying that before he got hurt. I think he's one of the best players on the
Gilson
team.
got his ass kicked last night.
Oh my gosh, that was terrible. We
He
finally have
didn't
a
throw
guy
a punch,
stick
he
up for
just
somebody,
grabbed
and yeah, he didn't even get a punch in. I mean, I
Yeah,
could
I
never
see.
imagine a Flyer doing that when I was a kid. Never. That would never happen. A Flyer would never get beat that bad in a fight, ever.
Yeah.
And
Maybe,
now it's the
what's his
norm.
name? Trying to think of a player. Maybe I forget it. But I say Michkov. He needs to stay at right wing
Yeah,
because I feel like him on the left wing isn't really doing much for the team. Last year he performed really well. I think he recorded like 60-something points, and that was
yeah.
all because he was just in his right wing.
And he led the team in goals.
Yep.
Ridiculous, man.
Unfortunately, we had TK and Tippett, and then we just got a player who just came out of Russia when we drafted him, and he leads the team in goals.
Yeah, it sounds about right. It's definitely extremely frustrating. Someone in the chat said they hate the lefty right wing. I don't, because like if you're set up in the offensive zone and you have a guy that's a lefty on the right wing, he could be set up for like a one-timer or something. If he's on the left side, he's got to turn around and then get the puck and then shoot. But when I used to play hockey, I used to like playing the right wing because I'm a lefty, and I used to like having that shot on the right side. So. I don't know. I just it's definitely frustrating because clearly us as the fans have a lot of different opinions as the guys that are in charge, and so that makes it 10 times more frustrating for sure.
I'm just glad we weren't in the box like 10 times that game.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
Utah was really in the box, and that 5-minute penalty should have been called. That was a dirty hit.
oh, 100%. 100%. That was terrible. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree.
I mean, I know we did just trade Zamula, and he didn't want to play for the Penguins, which I am glad. But when the Flyers used to lose to the Penguins, Tomasino was on the Penguins, and he was I feel like he was really good with the Penguins, and he's wasting his time in the AHL. And I say we should send Hathaway down and bring up Tomasino.
I agree. I like it. I just think they don't want to send Hathaway down because he's a veteran and, out of respect for him and what he's done in the league, like, they don't want to send him down. But 1 goal, 1 point in over 40 games is ridiculous. And like you said, if they could call up Tomasino, that would be fantastic because our fourth line could not get worse. You can't have a fourth line of Hathaway, Delorier, and then just, now they're starting to call up guys like Pedersen. That's fine. I know Abels is hurt, so I won't hate on him, but they got to do something, man. I mean, if they leave this team how it is, they're not going to make the playoffs, and I hate to say that, but it's true.
Do you think what's his name, Hathaway's even worse, like the last pick in the draft?
I think I would trade Hathaway for a 7th-round pick if that's what you're asking me. Yeah, I would.
That's probably true. Kind of like what we do with Eric Johnson.
Yeah, just trade him for like a 7th-rounder.
Colorado.
Which I feel like they're waiting till like the day of the deadline to make moves, but I hope they realize you don't have to wait till that day. You can make moves now.
Yeah, I mean, we already got rid of Ryan and Ellis, so I say we should definitely try to make like a huge splash because most players are re-signing with their team right now.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah,
McDavid
most guys are
re-signed
re-signing. Yeah.
For 3 years, $10 million.
Yeah.
I feel like McDavid should have gotten a lot more than $10 million.
Yeah, that's just how it is in hockey now, and a lot of guys they like to take a little less so the team can spend a little bit more to get them some teammates to help out with. But yeah, I definitely get your point. He should probably be making more than that.
Yeah.
For sure. Any last thoughts before I let somebody else join about last night's game or upcoming games against the Avalanche or just Flyers in general?
So, fun fact, the Avs had actually lost the last 5 of their 8 games. So, there's still a chance. And we may have only lost by, 1 goal to the Colorado Avalanche, who is one of the best teams this year and might win the President's Trophy.
Yeah, that's true. And we looked good that game. That whole third period, we outplayed them. We just couldn't find the back of the net. That was in Philly.
I mean, Dvorak's been finding the back of the net, which I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, he had 2 last night. That was big. That was good. But yeah, I really appreciate you joining, dude. And by the way, guys, this is one of our editors here for JTSN. So definitely show him some support. He does a really good job. All the edits you see on our page of, the old Flyers highlights and stuff, that's all him right here. So make sure you guys show him some love and go like those videos because he does a great job.
Yeah. Another thing about Hathaway is that, like, maybe 1 to 2 seasons ago, he was scoring goals.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's had, like, a huge fall off since then.
Yeah, I I agree. It's like I feel like a lot of the guys have fallen off. Even Tippett, when we first got him, he scored 27 goals and then he scored 28 goals, and since then, he's like struggling to get 20. Like
Yeah, I feel
you're,
like Tippett's more of a playmaker.
yeah, I I I agree, but sometimes he doesn't use his talent to the extent that he should. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's frustrating. And Konechny too. Sometimes he looks like he's 40 years old out there. Sometimes he doesn't, and he looks great. Like the other night with the two breakaway
Like,
goals.
he'll get checked into the boards, and then he'll get angry, and then he'll just throw his stick at somebody's legs, and it'll be a 2-minute penalty.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't. He's got to keep his composure, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel like Tippett gets way too angry on... Not Tippett. TK gets way too angry on the ice.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. You make a lot of good points, dude.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for joining. Stay in touch and go Flyers.
No problem. I'm going to hop on NHL 26 and demolish the Rangers.
Yes, let's go. I love it. Love to hear that. Go Flyers, dude.
Go Flyers.
What a guy. What a guy. Going on to NHL 26 to destroy the Rangers. I'm starting a movement here. Do you know who Pettersson is married to? I have no idea. He's great. Yes, he is. Fellow Flyer. What's up, Matt? How we doing? Johnny, what's up? Curtis, let me see if anybody else wants to join first, and then I will add you back again before we end. I just want to, because you already went, so I want to get some other people some chances to get in here as well. Johnny, how we doing? Great to see you. No, oh, this has been over 40 minutes already? Someone said something in the YouTube chat. This kid is cooking. Yeah, facts. Kid was cooking. I think that was about you, Curtis. They said you were cooking. Braden Shen's sister. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, thank you all for watching this. I mean, this is really cool because hosting like a radio show, especially about the Flyers or anything like that, is a goal I'd like to accomplish in my life, and to have you guys like here in the chat like talking to me about it and having people basically call in like a radio show is really sick. So how do I join the live? I think there's something at the bottom where you can request to join. Thank you, Joe. We appreciate it. Who would you trade for Alex Lyon? I would trade Airson and a fourth. Bro, just do it because 97.5 and 93.3 barely ever does Flyers anymore. That's what this is. I get all frustrated that they never talk about the Flyers. The other day I was listening, it was like a day or two ago. I'm listening to the channel after the Flyers actually beat the Knights. I put on the Philly radio, and guess what? They're not talking about the Flyers win. You know what they're talking about? They're talking about the Eagles and their offensive coordinator. I know some of you are Eagles fans, so I won't hate on them, but Eagles season's over. The Flyers are in a playoff push. Even the Sixers. I'm not a Sixers fan, but at least talk about the Sixers. They're in a playoff push too. Or more importantly, forget the Sixers. The Flyers are Philadelphia's team. They always have been, always will be. And I'm sick and tired of people overlooking the Flyers as if they're not a big part of this city. I'm sick and tired of them talking about Patullo. Facts. Thank you. This is why I started this. So if you're ever frustrated that you can't listen to the Flyers on the radio, just tune in. All these episodes of Broad Street Banter, they're posted live on YouTube afterwards too. Dax, this is the biggest. There's a Ranger fan here. Sorry, no Ranger fans allowed. That's the rule. Philly, let's go. Thank you for joining the fan club. Really appreciate it. Crazy face something. I'm gonna add you, the person with the fishing profile picture. I'm gonna add you now. Hey, what's going on?
Yo, what's up, buddy?
How we doing?
Good.
Good.
I was watching that game last night on the legal streaming site because it was blacked out, so I was kind of skipping around, but I watched the important guts of it.
Yeah, definitely a frustrating loss. What stood out to you the most?
I really don't think Everson played bad. If let's say Hathaway scores that goal, it's 5-3, right?
Yeah.
Everson played a decent game. You know, the game's over. As soon as Hathaway turns the puck over on the blue line, he's caught, right? And their top guys go on the ice, and Sanaheim's been on the ice for 2 minutes, and the guy just blows by with fresh legs. And, you know, you're going to leave the best player on their team to front errors. You know, what do you think's going to happen, right? It's like,
Right. Yeah.
It is what it is. But you can feel it coming. As soon as they strip that puck from Hathaway, you know it's coming. Right?
You knew the game was basically tied once they did that.
Yeah. And I was like half playing NHL 26 and half watching that, but like I really locked in like the last 5 minutes, and I could just feel it, bro. I could just feel it.
And you knew, of course, when they tied it that they weren't going to win in overtime because they had no momentum.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole building was rocking. Like, you know, you knew that the players were going to jump extra to try to get that win after.
Oh yeah.
Being down 3-0. You know, it's like
absolutely.
And it's not like that Juleson penalty was horrible. Like, there's no reason to fight there. Yeah. Like, whatever, you got your ass kicked, but there's no reason to fight. You know, you're winning. Yeah. Like, just stop. You know.
I don't even hate the fight. I just hate how he got his butt kicked. You know what I mean?
Well, he got a penalty, and they scored on it. Like.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
You can't be dropping the gloves. You know, up by a couple goals, 8 minutes left in the third, playing away like that. That's such a seventh defenseman move. Like
it is, and that's what he is. That's what he is.
You can't be doing stuff like that. It's stupid.
I will say, I feel like we're the only team that ever gets an extra 2 minutes after a fight. Like, we're the only team ever that gets an instigator. That never happens against us.
I don't understand the instigator thing. It doesn't really make any sense to me. How do you rule, like, what is an instigator and, like, what isn't? Like,
it's stupid because someone has to start the fight. They're not going to drop the gloves at the exact same time. So whoever drops the gloves first gets an extra 2 minutes. It's right. Stupid.
It doesn't make any sense. It's like, you know, if the guy in the corner yells at him, okay, we're going to go to center ice and drop the gloves, and then, you know, the other guy drops the gloves first. So that guy gets a penalty, but the guy initiated it in the corner. It makes no sense. Exactly.
You're 100% correct. It's ridiculous.
I don't understand that. I mean, it's kind of a newer thing now. Like, I remember years ago, you know, guys fights fives, and, you know, that's it, you know.
Yeah.
Put in the box, and that's it. Now everyone gets it. Someone gets a 2 minute. Like, I don't understand why the other guy gets a 2 minute. The other guy doesn't.
I agree. It's definitely frustrating.
Yeah, and like that tip it hit too. Like they go from a 5 to nothing is pretty ridiculous. Like
a 5 to nothing, maybe a 5 to a 2, but a 5 to nothing is absurd.
Yeah, 5 to nothing is pretty crazy. I mean, I watched it hit slow motion. The guy obviously left his feet on the hit, and you know the shoulder did hit his chin, left his feet. You know, I don't know who. Maybe they went to Toronto. Or I don't know how they ruled it was nothing, but I mean, he left his feet at least 4 inches. I watched it in slow motion.
Yeah, you're 100% right. It's
and God forbid Tippett gets a concussion from that. Now what? Just almost like the same play with
Drysdale. Against the Ducks.
Yeah, no penalty. You know, goes in IR for 2 weeks, and now we lost a guy.
Yep.
Because there's the refs are just letting the game get out of hand, you know.
Exactly. And you could tell even Jim Jackson, the announcers were saying, like, after they let him out of the box, they were like, oh, this game's going to get interesting. Because obviously we're not going to let that slide. We're going to want to go after them after that. But we don't really have any guys that can go after them like that or make a play. Like, it's frustrating, so.
Yeah, well, you got to make that call there just because now now you have a fight in the third. Fighting in the third period in the NHL isn't really like people don't do it, right? It
Right.
usually happens in the first period or after like maybe a mid-second. But like 8 minutes left in the third, like people don't really fight, So it's like the refs got to call that. They don't call it now. Now you got two guys fighting with 8 minutes left in the third period, and then you call a 2 minute on Juleson because he moved the space to go to the guy to fight him or whatever they call it. It doesn't make any sense. If they would have just called a 2 for charging or whatever, it would have been done. There would have been no fight, right?
Yeah. It's frustrating.
I don't know.
I hear your frustration. Trust me.
I'm 26. I've been watching this team since probably the same years as you, probably a couple years old and shit. And I mean, I've had good moments and bad moments, and I knew they were gonna lose last night after I seen the fight and all, and you just know, I've been through the ringer 1,000 times.
Yeah.
But Hathaway's not worth anything. The problem is you can't. Who do we have to get rid of? Right, we get rid of Hathaway. We'll put in Delorier.
Call somebody up at least. Tomsino, something. I mean.
Yeah, we call somebody up. I don't know if Hathaway's contract's a 2-way. I don't know if he can go down.
That's true.
I have no idea. If it's not a 2-way, he's got to stay here. But we don't have anybody. I mean, we don't. I mean, unless the Flyers try to trade for another fourth liner or like an AHL guy, just because they don't want to screw the Phantoms team.
Right.
Because they're playing good right now, right? They don't.
Right.
You don't want to screw that team up.
Yeah, but
what do you think of? What do you think of the way Zegras has been playing?
He's been a little quiet, but I think he's having a great season. He's the only one putting up points, so I can't hate on him. And I feel like the guys around him aren't playing their best hockey, so I'm gonna give Zegras a bit of a break here, even though I feel like he hasn't been on the score sheet too often lately. I feel like, but he's still our best player. I'm not gonna knock him for it. So I think I'm not worried about him at all. I think they'll extend him and he'll be fine. He'll be a very good player on this team for years to come.
Yeah, he's a great passer for sure. He's a little soft in the corners, but he's a low guy. He's really not heavy. If he gained like 20 pounds, he would be like great. He might even be able to go back to center.
Yeah.
Because gain 20 pounds, you're 195 pounds. 6 foot.
Yeah.
That's like as big Crosby is.
I agree.
He's only 24. He needs to gain a couple pounds in like the muscle, not like fat, but muscle.
Right. Yeah.
But the power play looked better. Like they were moving the rock around a little bit.
They were moving the puck around well. Zegras was moving the puck around well on the power play. Brink buried a rebound. Dvorak buried his own rebound on the power play last night. It looked a lot better. And
he's so fast, like in the tight corners and stuff. He's really quick, and he's great at like dumping and just going to get the puck himself. Like
it is.
He's gonna have to get traded by the end of the season, but he's a great player. I love him.
Yeah, 100%.
They're not gonna be able to keep him around with Martin. They're not gonna get rid of Forrester. They're gonna have to get rid of Brink.
You think they're gonna get rid of Brink for sure?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you have to. Who would you move to bring Martone on the second line? He's going to be a second liner, right?
Well, you can bring somebody up and then just move someone down to the third line and get rid of someone on the fourth line. You don't necessarily have to get rid of somebody on the second line just for Martone.
Yeah, unless we have Brink, Cates, and Forrester line, because that line was awesome when they were all healthy. But like we have like Grabankin, and now we have like that other kid,
Barkey? Yeah.
Yeah, like we got guys now that like weren't there before, but now we're here. And then when our guys get healthy, where are they gonna go? And then it's like, where's Martone gonna go? Like you're not gonna want to put Martone on a third line. I mean,
right.
It's like you don't want to put Barkey on a third line either, or fourth line.
Yeah. No, I agree. Eventually you're going to have to move these guys down lines because the team has got to get better at some point. Like, I'm fine with Brink being moved down to the third line. Right now,
With that line,
Yeah, right now I wouldn't, but eventually if he's moved down to the third or fourth line because the guys on the first and second line are getting better, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
So
It's not like you can put like a. It's tough because you can't put like Martone and Zegras and Michkov on the same line because now you got two young guys and then you have no national center and it's like you have to put Martone with like, hey, Barkey played like Couturier, right? Because he's just Couturier does nothing offensively good, but he's has a long reach and he's good in the corners and he's good defensively.
mm-hmm.
So like you're gonna have to put Martone with like the Vorak or Couturier or Cates. So it's like it's
Right.
kind of tough. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. It's
I hear you. I think they'll figure it out, and I don't think Brink will have to get moved. I feel like I'm not saying there's no chance of him getting moved, but I would doubt it, especially how we looked without him over this losing streak.
Right.
I feel like he's definitely a solid part of this team, so I don't think they'll move him. I feel like if anybody's gonna get moved, it's somebody that's gonna get waived like on the last line or something. Maybe they trade Coots somewhere. I don't know. Which I don't think is gonna happen either because nobody's gonna take his contract. But
no.
we're gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. I'm excited at what the future's going to hold for the Flyers, but I also want to see them play well now. So it's like it's very frustrating to see them lose when you keep hearing, oh, this about the future, that about the future, blah blah blah, but then why hasn't it happened yet? It's been 5 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I get what you're saying. And like the whole Michkov thing there's a lot of hate. I watched that. That guy Flyers Daily. You watch him?
I think I've heard of him. Yeah.
You gotta watch him, bro. He's awesome.
Okay.
He's
Flyers
awesome.
Daily.
He runs like he runs like daily Flyers like talks, and he brings in like players and Danny B and talk. Like he works for the Flyers, but his stuff is like he's honest. Like he doesn't, even though he works for the Flyers, like he's dead honest, and he posts Monday to Friday, game or no, game or no game. He posts every day.
That's awesome.
But he's awesome. He's probably the best like Flyers podcast. There's some bad Flyers podcasts out there. I'm not gonna lie. Like there's some bad ones, and for like 2 weeks in a row, they'll talk about Michkov. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing with the Eagles. Like, come on.
Right.
Nobody cares. And the thing with Michkov is like it's just a sophomore slump, bro. Like even McKinnon went through it. McKinnon had like 36 points in 82 games his sophomore year. Like, and now look at him. The only guy that doesn't do that is Gretzky and Crosby and McDavid. Like those guys are once in a generation guys,
Yeah, I hear you.
But yeah, that guy's good. I would definitely recommend him. He knows puck. He gets pretty into it. Pretty deep dives and stuff.
That's awesome. Flyers Daily, you said?
Flyers Daily, yeah. It's Jim God, I watch him every day and I can't think of his name. It's crazy.
No worries.
Jason Martinez.
Okay.
Did you watch the game when they had that guy go out on the ice and drop the puck and they said he beat cancer and stuff?
Yeah.
That guy.
Oh,
He runs
okay.
Flyers Daily.
Okay, nice.
He runs Flyers Daily. He's mad chill.
Nice, very nice.
He posts every morning, bro. He does the podcast at night after the game, or like if he does interviews with like a player, like he's done interviews with like Michkov and like they have the translator and stuff. It's bad funny.
That's funny.
Yeah, remember too, Michkov doesn't speak a friggin' lick of English.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
You tell him to get the puck deep, like he doesn't know what the hell that means.
It's true. It's definitely a rough way to just get thrown into it. You come to America, you get thrown into the NHL. It's not like it's any job. You're in the NHL, so you got to pick it up fast. So
Yeah. He did good his first year. Guys get a book on you. You come into the league, you start. He scored a couple like short side like squeezers, and goalies get books on you. He hasn't scored a short side squeezer yet this year, and he's not doing all this fancy stuff. Goalies and defensemen watch you play and they learn how to defend you. You got to learn how to adapt and overcome stuff like that.
Absolutely.
It's just stuff he's gonna have to learn. I think he's gonna be fine. I think he's still gonna be an 80+ point guy in his prime.
Yeah, I agree. I actually agree with that. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let somebody else join in here before we wrap things up. But thank you so much for your input. Thank you so much for joining and watching the show. And go Flyers. Have a great day.
Yeah.
All right. That was cool. Wow, we've reached an hour. This is the longest Broad Street Banter's ever gone for. Noah, what's up? Sorry if anybody was talking in the chat when I was having that conversation. I apologize. Noah, welcome back. Thank you for the follow, everybody. The people that have followed. I'm gonna add one more person, and then we're gonna wrap things up. But I'm gonna try to add somebody that hasn't joined yet. Um, let's see. Let's add Johnny for a few minutes, and then we can wrap things up. If you weren't picked to join and call in, you will get. I promise you will get picked as long as you're watching the next episode, which is Saturday. So I'll come out with the time for that soon. So if you haven't yet, then feel free to join then, and we'll add you. But I'm gonna add Johnny now. What's up, Johnny?
Yo, JT, what's good, man?
How you doing? Oh, we finally got a camera for somebody. Let's go. What's up? So what do you want to talk about?
First off, thanks for doing this, man. Like, they were talking about the radio. And I was like, dude, no one on the radio talks about the Flyers ever.
Yeah.
The most they'll say is, like, we got a game tonight. Like, oh, the Flyers are playing the Blackhawks. It's like, and then talk about the Eagles.
And then we'll talk about the Eagles. Exactly. Yeah.
Kind of annoying, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Other than that, but, like, game last night, like, dude, yesterday I had a long day. And I was like, I want to chill, watch the Flyers, and then they just blew it.
Yeah. They'll do that to you sometimes.
I hated that. You know?
Yeah, they'll do that to you for sure.
Yeah.
What from the game stood out to you the most?
Dude, so, like, I turned the game on, it was 2-0, and then 3-0. And it was like, oh, they scored back-to-back goals, so it was like 2-3. I was like, we just got to hold on. And then they caught up. It was like 3-4. And then they missed the empty net.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
That would have won the game. It was like, oh, they missed the empty net, and then they blow it in overtime. And then you're sitting there, you're listening to Taka talk, and he's like, yeah, it's embarrassing, but, like, I don't really think much is being done to, like, solve, like, this issue.
No, I agree.
I don't really think they're looking to get rid of anyone or whatever.
I feel like they're not doing enough to make a change when clearly this stuff isn't working. Clearly what is on the ice right now, that what you're putting out there isn't working. Stuff has to be changed. You got to make moves, and I feel like they're not doing enough to go about that. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it's frustrating.
Today, who would you want to get rid of, or like want changes to be made?
Realistically, I know there's a lot of guys that people want to get off the team. 1 second. Bye, Curtis. Have a good one. Thank you for joining. But there's a lot of people on the team that people want them to be moved, but it just isn't realistic. Like Couturier, for example. Couturier, I would trade him for a late round pick at this point, but it's not going to happen because nobody's going to take his contract. So it's going to be tough to move him. Hathaway's been in the NHL for his whole career, so they're not going to send him down to the AHL. Delorier, I don't know who's going to take him. I think he has like a point this year, same as Hathaway.
He's like our brawler.
Exactly. I'm fine with him playing once in a while. You know, you're playing against a guy that has like an enforcer like that, and you want to put Delorier out there just in case. That's fine. Yeah. But he's not an everyday guy, and we know that. You know, I wouldn't be mad if they moved a guy like, you know, they throw in Grabankin, or they throw in a guy like this is gonna be a hot take, but I don't love Drysdale like a lot of people do.
Jamie, you don't love Jamie?
I'm fine with him here, but I think they might overvalue him a little bit because they got him in the Cutter Gauthier trade, so he needs to be good. I just don't know if he's that player yet. So, and I don't know if he's going to be that player.
They got Zegers now to kind of like solve that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Should be fine.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not saying I want them to move Drysdale. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if they did for the right price, I wouldn't be mad. You know.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
But the only thing is, if they traded him, he'd probably turn into the greatest defenseman of all time. Is once we traded him, so that'd be very frustrating. But
one last thing.
Yeah.
I've watched most of the games, but they haven't worn the black jerseys in a while, right?
They have not worn them all year.
What happened to those? Because those were like my favorite.
So I think they're going to release new black jerseys, and they're in the works of making the new ones. So that's why they haven't worn the black jerseys yet, because they're doing away with them. That's what I think they're doing.
I like those a lot. It's just been a minute, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you. I like the black too. I like them as well. The old black ones are my favorite Flyers jersey ever. So
2010s.
yeah, those are my favorites. So
I like the one with the silver outline.
oh yeah, I got one. I got one right here. It's signed by Jeremy Roenick.
Yeah, those are like a lot of people didn't like those. I thought it was pretty neat.
I think they're nice. Yeah, I like them as an alternate for
They
sure.
use the same logo all the time. It was like a little nice to see something different.
Yeah, for sure. I like it too.
I was the one that wanted that.
100%.
All right, man. I appreciate you bringing me on.
Of course, Johnny. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support, and go Flyers.
Oh, go Flyers, man. Thank you.
No problem. All right. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, everybody that joined. That's going to wrap it up for this episode. This was a long one. So thank you so much to everybody that joined. Johnny, Curtis, anybody that joined, thank you so much for watching and showing support. And Luke, yes, you can get on the next one. Max, stay safe. Sorry I didn't get to add you on this one, Luke. But like I said, I'll be happy to add you on the next one. Have a good day, everybody. Let's go Flyers. You need a radio channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support, guys. It means a ton. Like, without you guys, I'd be sitting here talking to nobody. So it's you guys really, you guys are a bigger contributor to this than I am, you know? So do I know Hunter Brody? I do know who that is. I don't know him like personally, but I do know who it is. Yeah. F the Rangers. That's right. Let's go. Yeah, but go Flyers. Rangers suck. And we will see you guys next time. Peace. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Go Flyers.